Hello, everybody. Brad Johnson here, and welcome to Adronis Inside the Galactic Community webinar. We would like to take you all on a journey, and this is why we ask you to harmonize with our vibration so that you can feel it and see it very much like an inner vision presentation, as we are going to take you into the depths of the core relating to that of the galactic community. Well, let's go inside one of these ships right now, and we would like all of you to follow us. We would like you now to imagine that as if you're looking at your night sky and you see this bright star coming a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer. And as it starts to get closer and a little more bigger, you are seeing that it very much looks like a planet. But it's not a planet. It's a spacecraft. The galactic community, in majority sense, works in the mental space, works in the mental planes. As we have stated, there are over 2,000 worlds through the consortium of these different forms of associations here. Now, many of them are human. Many of them, again, do not look human whatsoever. There are those in that sense that you cannot even identify. You could basically stare at them all day and you really couldn't figure them out. Well, they're kind of here, they're kind of here, they're kind of here, they're kind of here, they're kind of morphing, they're moving around. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Now, if they are reciprocative to your energy, they will take a form. They may just be a sphere of light or an orb of light. But there, as you would say, there are complications in regards to the interface of some of these beings. Some of these beings are also giants. You can look at giants that are 25, 50, 100 feet tall. And again, that's just us being modest.
Adronis, I'm still blown away by what you shared one or two transmissions ago when you told us that the sun is not what we think.
Yes.
It's a living well, a singularity.
Yes.
Can you please explain it a little bit slower, because it's amazing.
We understand, and there's a lot of information relating to it. And it's not just your sun, but many other suns as well too. Now, you understand that your sun is mainly etheric in nature, yes?
Yes.
All right. As it is etheric in nature, it is not working together with your common physical elements. However, it translates in that way through radiation and through the disbursement of water. What you have discovered and what your scientists have realized is when there is a coronal mass ejection, there are jets of water that actually plume from the sun, and that there is, in that sense, reflections of the radiation that comes upon the planet. You are aware of this, yes?
No, but I mean, go on, please.
All right. So this is, again, why the sun is related to that of a living well. It contains water. So water is, again, the materialization pertaining to the sun. It also has, in that sense, its own ether. And through that ether, as there is, for example, a coronal mass ejection, what you're actually noticing in these different bands of spectrums pertaining to cameras is the idea of almost like being in an aquarium. So you will notice that many of your microscopic organisms during a coronal mass ejection will actually flutter or react. At the very instant a coronal mass ejection is portrayed, they will react instantly, and it's almost like looking at reality, looking at your entire space between your Earth and your sun as an aquarium or a petri dish. And as soon as that ejection happens, the microscopic organisms within your planet instantly flutter. You see, that could not be done through what you would know as a hot furnace. It is the idea that the radiation from the sun is actually what's affecting what you constantly term as gravity. So gravity itself is a response from the nature of the radiation of the sun, its own natural rays. It's like a bind, like a firmament that's binding all of the, shall we say, magnetic fields together and actually creating gravity upon your planet, comes from the radiation of the sun. Now, when you're actually looking at sunshine, yes, the sun, of course, is a part of that, but it does not produce its own heat and it does not produce its own light. That's the planet's job, all right?
Yes.
So the planet is responsible for its own light. It has its own infrastructure. It has its own internal systems. When you're actually looking at the Earth from very, very far away, it has its own radiance. It has an aurora. This is why you have the auroras coming out of the northern and southern poles shortly after a coronal mass ejection, yes?
Yes.
Well, that's the Earth's own natural light source. And so that connects together with the mass aurora that surrounds your planet. Now, when these cosmic rays from the sun penetrate the Earth, they go right into the depths of the surface and they bounce back. As they bounce back, it is held in a containment relating to your atmosphere. So your atmosphere is actually containing all of the heat and the light upon the trajectory to where the sun is in the sky. And it is an appearance that there is a hot, illuminated sun. But that's not the case. You are experiencing the heat from your own Earth. You are experiencing the illumination from your own Earth.